Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Not the trilogy, just the first game for now. We'll get to the second and third game down the road. But Deathwing, this isn't an RPG like you said it was gonna be at the end of SpongeBob. Well, to that random straw man I just created in my head, that's coming on later today. I'm back to the two game system that I was when I did like Sonic Adventure and Pokemon. Also Pokemon and Iconoclast because Pokemon just ran a little long. So, you'll be getting another series going alongside Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And oh boy, am I excited to play Phoenix Wright for one reason and one reason in particular. Anyone who's seen She and the Lightbearer and Iconoclast would know, whenever there's no voice acting, I am the voice actor for everybody. Oh boy, and that's the one thing I really enjoy the most. Also, I'm starting a new game because, well, clearly it said I already started one. That was only me doing the first trial to just make sure everything's going okay. So, let's start with Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney 1. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Play the first turnabout? Of course. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Oh, but we've already seen your face. We now know who to do. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Phoenix is gonna have just my normal voice, cause I'm Phoenix. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Oh, well that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. Oh boy, it's over. My life, everything's all over. Was that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Oh, sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. A school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. And the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though is it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Yo, Larry, same. My luck's garbo. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading, arms weak, knees like jelly. Get ready for mom's spaghetti. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Clearly, it's Mia Fey. No, it's Larry Butts. We all know who it is. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what the victim's name is. Whew, I know this one. I'm glad I read the case report it covers so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Oh, Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim? Of course I know the victim's name. And if I don't, I'll just bluff my way through it. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim name is in the list, in the court records. Just press the tab, in my case the right bumper, to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Whoop! Cindy's autopsy report. Okay, her name's Cindy. Due to blunt trauma to the forehead. Oh god, we need to look closer. Cindy Stone. Okay. Her name's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you like to explain to the court just what the object was?
The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into the evidence. Statue. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Alright. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in a court. Use right bumper to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She has just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it. I don't want to believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way. The victim was a model that did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Oh, right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I'm pretty sure this choice doesn't matter, so...
Nah, let Larry talk.
Might be better not to get involved in this one.
Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, no way, that's cheating. She-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
But his immediate reaction to once being told this was, I'm gonna die. Let me kill myself and I'll talk to her in person.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. No need to lie here. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order! Well, Mr. Butts?
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw It to the stand.
I get it, because Frank saw it.
Mr. Saw It, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh ho ho ho, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Saw, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
The witness account. That was the wrong button. What the heck is... I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, the time of the murder there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally.
Oh boy.
The phone that Mr. Sawyer used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimonies that the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the case. It's the evidence. Compare the witness's testimonies to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court records and witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Seems simple enough. Over the court record with Wright bumper, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. The witness account. Okay, so this isn't where we... Let's see. Door-to-door selling newspapers. Can't disprove that. Thought must be in a hurry. Left the door open. Can't disprove that. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside. Then I saw a line. The woman not moving dead. Quailed in fright. Myself... Okay, first off... That's not what I wanted. So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment?
Yes. I mean, no, nothing.
Okay, what happened next? I meant, so the time of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Wait a minute. Time of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Hold on now. Yeah, 1 p.m.? Hold on now, something doesn't add up here. You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure?
Oh ho ho ho! Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to, no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Since it's trivial, the witness really forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart.
Oh, wait, I remember now.
Would you kindly give your testimony again?
Witness testimony. The time of the discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television, if I had to say so myself. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding.
Oh, I see.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Alright, you know what to do. I've got this one. Ooh. I already know what to do. Yeah, you heard the time? There was a voice saying, coming from the television? I find that hard to believe, since the television was out at the time. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Eric.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Saw It, the court will prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
That, you see, rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Saw It. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yep, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Wait a minute. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, though. Actually, I didn't hear it the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. Joke's on you. The murder weapon was a statue, not a clock. Oh, wait, just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? I think I'm a lawyer. Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there. Okay, that's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and say the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I assumed it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. The murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness' testimony was correct. This is the clock. Do you have a problem with this testimony?
Yeah, he said he saw it. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he
went into the apartment.
You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Well, prove it I went in there. His voice has swapped slightly. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the clock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What is the meaning of this? It is all based on conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Oh, grr.
Well, the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with a clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Nyek. Grr. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn, give him death. My dude, you need to...
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright.
Your Honor.
You claim the sound from the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw It heard was definitely this clock. The fact which is clear to you is simply... try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the...
Oh, that certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ack!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Saw It heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saw It, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha ha ha! You forgot one thing! Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Saw It.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal, I say. Your lawyers are all slime. Almost got him. Sorry, Larry, if I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Oh, not so fast, Mr. Sort. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
I can. You said she just came home from France. What if the clock wasn't 3 hours slow, but like a couple of hours fast? Wait. Maybe I can prove it.
You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you see the clock was already running slow on that day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Huh, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Bam, her passport.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim had reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Nyink.
And he's out. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
Yay, confetti!
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Looks like it wasn't the Butts who smelled this time round. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check to see when people were out of the house that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, Number 2. Whew. I still can't believe we won. Alright, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end in such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Oh yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Oh, a present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock myself for her.
I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry?
Larry.
Oh, you're so sure? Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Clearly it's the Thinker statue. If she brought it all the way to freaking Paris with her, of course that means she liked it, at least. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about the clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick? I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Alright. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize the changes depend on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Alright. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we better be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah!
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks.
And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said,
Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends.
But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Also, I know this first episode's like 30-some minutes, but note, they will not all be 30 minutes. They will be closer to the 20 minutes. Yeah, overright. Yeah, they'll be closer to 20 minutes, and I'll just do the cases on case by case, like just going on, and then when I feel like I'm near the end, I'll do the rest of the case in that one episode, which is why this one ran long, because instead of having a 20 and then a 10, I just thought one 30-minute episode to start off would be good enough, get all of case 1 out the way. So, I'll see you guys in the next episode, where we start Turnabout Sisters. Until then, bye.